Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Sharifa Al-Zahrani and I am a math teacher from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. First of all, I would like to thank the Ministry of Education for giving me this opportunity to be a member of Khibrat program, and special thanks to my family for attending today to support me as well as for being in my life. Also, I would like to thank all of the professors and instructors at University of Oregon who assisted me in finishing this project. I'm so honored to be a scholar in this program. Today I'm going to present my project, which is focused on the substitute teacher in the educational system. This is my poster and I'm going to talk about all of the components, the goal, background and rationale, project approach, results, discussion, next step, and references. The purpose of this project is to deal with teacher absence so that the other teachers don't have to worry about taking extra classes. The Ministry of Education in Saudi Arabia had a wages system in the past, but it was just for long teachers' leave. It was called a substitute teacher. This project is talking about introducing a new idea as a suggested solution for re-employing the system of wages in another way in Saudi education. What can we do when a teacher will be absent, whether he requests long or short leave, like a day or two, or even to excuse for a half day? The goal of this project is to research a new way of handling teacher absence so that the other teachers don't have to work for extra classes. In Saudi Arabia, all teachers have to teach 24 classes a week. It can be less, but not more. Every teacher gets 5 days of paid leave every year for absence, such as illness or other reasons. When a teacher wants to be absent during the school day for any reason, the teacher asks the school principal. The school agent or secretary then assigns the class to other co-workers. The co-worker may not even teach the same subject as the teacher asking for an absence. A class in which the teacher is absent, we call it classes waiting. It is often wasted time. The co-worker comes into the classroom during their planning class. In the next class, another co-worker may be assigned to come into the same classroom during their planning period. This happens throughout the day. Giving more work to the teachers makes them hurried because the teachers can't focus on their main job. Teachers need to have free time to prepare for their own classes. Also, this often causes upset feelings between teachers. Failure to take advantage of the wasted time means the teacher feels pressure at the end of the year, which forces him to speed up some lessons and leave some of them. On the other hand, women have special days like maternity leave. It is 90 days or more. Where can we find another teacher to replace her? Now we have a system of moving teachers from school to school when the teachers will be gone for a long period of time, but it doesn't work well. Another problem with this way of handling absence is that the children's time is wasted. When they know that their teacher is absent, they will be angry about doing nothing and happy because they will just stay in their class and play. In this case, we make the place a virtual environment for bullying and assaulting each other, and the consequences are unbearable. In addition, this way of handling absence also causes most parents to be unhappy because some kids have a full day without studying. For project approach or methods, I conducted survey for Saudi teachers and I used the observation of one of my cooperating teachers setting up a plan for his substitute teacher. And also I found some website that talk about this topic. I also interviewed one of the substitute teachers. In order to get more information about how teachers in Saudi Arabia feel about waiting classes, I conducted a survey of Saudi teachers. About 156 teachers completed the survey. Among 150 teachers, 5 secretaries and 1 librarian. 15 of them have less than 5 years of experience, 106 between 5 and 15 years, and 35 teachers have more than 15 years of experience. Here are the survey questions, and I have also attached an appendix for each question which shows the actual graphing results. First question, how many waiting class do you have per week? As we see, the highest percentage of category is 67%. They attend less than 5 waiting classes because they already have their full classes. So these waiting classes are considered additional work. Second question, do you accept to insert the waiting classes in your normal schedule? 56% said no, and 29% said yes, and 15% said maybe. Third question, is there justice in distributing the classes between teachers? Also, the highest percentage is 51% said no, there is no justice. And the next is 27% said maybe, and the lowest one is 22% said yes. When I started the immersion in 4J school, I noticed that when teachers were absent, there was another teacher that came to the class, who was called the substitute teacher. Also, I noticed my cooperating teacher was preparing hard copy note sheets, also called lesson plans, to tell his substitute teacher what to do with students in the rest of the school day because he wanted to leave the school for an appointment. I thought this would be really good idea to start in Saudi Arabia schools. That is why I chose to study this topic. Now, what are the requirements for becoming a substitute teacher? Many schools in US always need qualified teachers as long as they have bachelor's degree, no criminal record, and like working with children. Then he or she will be appointed. In the state of Oregon, the substitute teacher must be licensed by the same continuing professional development provisions as any contractually working teachers with the same authorization. Other states have different qualifications. You can visit the National Education Association website for more information. This map from US Bureau of Labor Statistics shows us the annual mean wage of substitute teacher by states. May 2017, we can see Oregon here. It's hourly mean wage $21.5 and the annual mean wage is $44,730. This is a code authored by Stanley Collins. Districts must affirm those substitute teachers are more than casual laborers, that they are teaching professionals who are expected to maintain and to extend the curriculum endorsed by the district and planned by an absent teacher. In Eugene 4J School in Oregon, they have the website ESAB Online for the process of getting a substitute teacher. Most of them are retired teachers who want to find a job by wages. Teachers in Oregon can use this website for 7 days of paid leave every year for absence, and they can rate their substitute teacher after he done his work. And if you want more explanation for steps how to use the website, you can follow this video with thanks to Mr. Johnson for explaining the steps. Here are some benefits of substitute teachers. Students don't miss their periods. The substitute teacher completes the lesson to the fullest. No more work pressure on teachers already in the building. Retired teachers benefit from this work. Also the opposite, the school benefits from their experience. Graduated students would be substitute teacher to get an experience and extra credits for hiring. The interview was with Mr. Nathan Sanders, 7th year substituting, has a bachelor degree in psychology and master's in teaching. Most of his work is with elementary school. He substitutes in 4 different districts in the area and small private school. I asked him these 3 questions. First, what should the substitute teacher do in the class? He said, teach your students, make sure students can do their work well, follow the teaching plans of the teacher, be in the line with your goals, give the students a lot of kindness. This depends on your grade and how familiar you are with the classroom and the class as well. Second question, do you prefer this job to others, for example, a regular classroom teacher? He said he was never a normal teacher in the classroom. He works pretty much every day. However, he prefers actually to teach more days than the temporary teachers do, simply because he teaches in another district if one district has no school. He taught approximately 190 different school days last year. For example, this was 10 days longer than in the district with most school days. Finally, I asked him to give an advice for all teachers that work as substitutes. He said, have the rules and standards that you will tell the students in the routine. Provide a simple indication to get attention. Make sure you arrive as soon as possible to plan read the lessons that the teacher left, along with the teaching materials, and write notes for the main teachers so they know certain specifics of the day when they come back. In conclusion, after doing this project, I think substitute teaching is a great idea. It will solve one of the most important problems that the school systems face. It means there will be no more wasting time and no more concern about finishing the curriculum well. There was also some similar like that, but it was just for long holidays for the teachers. I suggest to reuse the same system again for all kinds of holidays, with some developments like using applications or website. It should also be implemented with a strict policy to prevent any manipulation or misbehavior. Saudi Arabia has a lot of retired teachers and we want to benefit from their experience. In addition, it has a huge number of graduated students who are still looking for a job, and they are so excited to work by wages until they are appointed in any school. Next steps, I will rewrite this research in Arabic language and present it to the Ministry of Education as an initiative to improving the teacher environment. Also, I would like to participate in the annual International Teacher Conference. One difficulty in implementing the new substitute teacher program will be obstacles to funding because of Corona pandemic. I hope to implement this project next year. Thank you for coming and thank you for listening, and thank you, Elizabeth, for helping me with this project. It was a pleasure working with you, and thank you for being a strong foundation of good advice and knowledge. Thank you so much.
Okay. Great job, Sharifa. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Good. And I think it was effective to, have your recording made ahead of time for you. So, I guess my question would be, like, if you could pick out one person in Saudi Arabia that you could present this to try to help you, get this thing kind of started, who would that be?
My principal, maybe.
Okay, good. Right. Yeah, I thought you had a lot of information to share, and I thought you did a great job. Very good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Great. Anybody else? Dan or John? Or
I'd like to.
You are welcome to ask
questions. Thank you. I'd like to say that I thought that the method section was, I liked your multidimensional method section, especially the different types of instruments you used in interviews. And I think it was a very strong presentation, and that your rationale for doing it is that it really will make schools better for everybody. And I thought that was really important. So thank you for a very, very thoughtful and well-constructed project.
Thank you so much. And thank you for all mentors.
Hi, Sharifa. This is John.
Hi, John.
I think it's a great idea. Substitute teachers, your point about substitute teachers needing to be qualified, that not just anyone can do it. I think that's a really important point, right?
Yeah, sure.
Going back to what I said before about being a salesperson, I think this is a very important project to sell. However, it seems hard to sell it because it's going to cost money, right? It's going to be difficult to say, hey, you should pay for something that right now you're getting for free by doing the waiting classes. So I think it's important to insist that substitute teachers be of high quality so that you can see results and track data and show that there's a return on the investment being they're now paying for substitute teachers, and the return being improved scores for all children. So not a question, just a comment. Thank you. Very good.
Good.
Thank you for your comment.
Yeah. All right. Does anybody, any of your colleagues have any comments or questions? Great. I know that if I was a teacher and I had to fill in for somebody's absence, like day after day after day, I might get a little frustrated too. So I can, anyway, this is an important topic. So, all right. Terrific job. And thank you very much.